now, Talk Real Estate with Sharon McNamara, sponsored by Boston Connect Real Estate Services.
Hi, I'm your host, Sharon McNamara, and you are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. Let me share a little bit about my background before we get started. I am the broker-owner of Boston Connect Real Estate, a boutique firm that is home to over 30 real estate sales and marketing agents who service home buyers and home sellers throughout Boston, the South Shore, the South Coast, and Cape Cod. Our firm takes pride in assisting our clients in the next chapter of their lives by taking a holistic approach to their real estate endeavors. We believe that every move should be a moving experience. Every week, my co-host Melissa Wallace and I will provide you with my team's unique marketing approach to selling homes and share with you our expertise in navigating the home buying process. We value the experience of our agents at Boston Connect Real Estate so much that not only will you hear my perspective on real estate topics, occasionally you will hear the expert thoughts and opinions of our experienced agents at Boston Connect Real Estate. Be a part of our roundtable. If you have any questions during the show, please call 781-837-4900. We love to talk real estate. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and wherever you like to listen to podcasts at Talk Real Estate Roundtable. If you would like a one-on-one consultation with me and my team to discuss your real estate needs, you can connect with me at bostonconnect.com or 781-826-8000. Now, sit back, relax, take good notes, and let's talk real estate.
And hello to all my South Shore neighbors. You are listening to Talk Real Estate Roundtable. My name is Melissa Wallace, and I am joined by two full-time realtors here at Boston Connect Real Estate, Jess Page and Trish Flynn. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. You guys seem so nervous. You're just like, hi. There's nothing to be nervous about. You guys have both done the show before, so We're going to have fun. We're right?
Yeah.
Right. So this is sort of a continuation of a show that we did a couple months ago. So again, you guys were on before, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to reintroduce yourselves to all of our listeners in case they didn't catch our last show. So Jess, why don't you go first?
Hi, I'm Jess Page. I've been a realtor for about 7.5, maybe 8 years now, actually. And I've been at Boston Connect pretty much the whole time, and I love it.
And Trish.
I'm Trish Flynn, and I've been a real estate agent for about 14 years now. My husband joined me, so now we do it as a team together full time, and he's been with me for going on 5 years now. So it's fun. We're both brokers. We do it full time. We spend every waking moment together, so it's great.
Yeah, you do spend every waking moment together.
Honestly.
I love our husband and wife
moment.
Yeah. I love our husband and wife teams because I'm just like, you spend every moment together. So you guys must have such a strong relationship. Both you and Nick have been together for forever. The Grady's have been together forever. So it's like there must be something with. You got to get your husband into real estate because I really.
No. And I wouldn't be able to do my 20-minute shuffle before he gets home when I'm cleaning the house.
Oh, my God.
Jess is the good wife of the 50s. It's like washing her boys' hands and faces, and dinner's ready. I'm like the hot mess, whoever leaves the office first has to make dinner. So we just keep pushing the envelope.
You just keep pushing the envelope, and the kids are like, it's midnight. We haven't had dinner.
I need to eat.
We need to eat. And you're like, I'm not leaving this desk. I don't want to cook. And Trish, you've been here since the beginning, right?
Since before the beginning.
Before the beginning, yeah. You, we're sitting around with Sharon, and who else was there? Donna Bagney, just sort of ironing it all out, and then you opened up, right?
Yeah. We're in a little closet, and then it all got built out. And then we moved, and then we moved again.
Yeah. And now we're here. We're here until the end of time.
Yes.
This is home.
This is home. This is a home to call our own, is what we say. So you both are full-time realtors here at Boston Connect Real Estate, and we're going to sort of continue our conversation about being an Airbnb host, what are some of the other websites that you guys use? I know, do you have your own website? I feel like you said that the last time.
We don't have our own website, but we do Airbnb and we do VRBO. And that all links together through our...
I haven't had a great success rate here with VRBO, I will say. I don't know. It's
Where's-
all the same thing. I'm just not having, nobody's booking.
We're like pro host in VRBO right now, but Airbnb, we haven't hit the algorithm yet,
Interesting.
which is crazy.
Airbnb, you're not super?
Not yet.
No.
No, they just changed the algorithm as it like reset for us.
Oh, I might have lost Superhost, actually.
It's like hard to do.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what any of those words mean, so you might have to dumb it down for me. But I want to sort of backtrack a little bit. So both of you own properties out of state, correct?
Correct.
Is it New Hampshire for
It's
you?
Vermont.
Okay. So Trish, you own a house in Vermont with your husband, and Jess, you own a house in New Hampshire with your husband. So what sort of went through your mind when you finally decided, okay, let's buy an investment property for this purpose? How was your search? How was your journey? How did you get to where you landed?
My main thing was we were going up to vacation up there, and every time we were up there, we loved it. And you spend a lot of money to be up there. And I figured, why not? We've been waiting for an investment property to come up. Why not find something that we'd want to go and use ourselves, and then allow some other people to go and use it as well. So it's not just an investment property; it's our vacation home too.
Yeah. And it's in an area where you frequented, right?
No, I never did.
No?
No.
Oh my gosh. I figured you
I
would
thought-
with Laconia.
Franconia.
Oh, Franconia.
Yes, I thought when I bought
whole
it was
time-
near Laconia. It is not very close to Laconia.
This whole
but
time I thought that, because I was like, what? You guys haven't, I thought you went there.
Oh no, my husband did Laconia all the time. I didn't, but and he went up a lot when he was a kid to New Hampshire, and he did the Kangamangas and all that stuff. And so then I was just looking in New Hampshire in general and found this one. I wanted waterfront directly, and I got waterfront, so pretty far up and falling in, but waterfront.
Well, we are going to get to the renovations that you had to do for your house, but how did you end up where you ended up with your journey?
Nick and I both went to school in Vermont, so Vermont kind of has a place in our hearts. But when we were looking for an investment property, this has been on our list for many years. As you know, Nick is analysis of everything. So we were looking and looking, and we were actually kind of focused in on Maine for a while, and then those prices went way up, and then, just trying to do all the numbers for what made sense. So he found this house. It had been on for a little bit, and we went up, and I was like, oh, I'm not going to like it, but we'll go check it out. And we got there, and it was very well maintained, and it was like a no-brainer.
How many houses did you look at?
One.
See,
that's the thing about us.
One
is
in
like
person,
we're
but
so like you're looking online all the time, and things are going so quickly. And this one it was a nice house.
And how many houses did you guys look at?
One. We did. We looked. I didn't even look at
and
this
now the
one when I
interview's
bought
over. That was pretty easy.
We looked in Florida first, actually, and then
I know.
wanted
I
something closer.
totally forgot that you guys were looking at Florida for a while, but you're glad that you landed in New Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I can go there. I can just drive there.
Was that something that was important to you?
Yeah.
To be able to go up
especially
there?
maintaining and handling all that. I can't just hop on a plane with 3 kids.
And you guys, you guys get to enjoy your house too, or now that you're super host or something, whatever the words are, you don't get to.
Premiere.
Yes, we're premier. We're the premier host. Well, this is our very busy time, so there's literally it's booked back to back from December, January, February, and now March is full.
Ooh, nice.
So, so we will maybe get to enjoy it in the summer, which is fine by me.
Book yourself out.
I know.
Book at least a week for yourself to enjoy the maintenance you're doing to it.
I know, that's the thing. We did. When we set it up, we got to spend like a week and a half up there with the family, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah. And then, I know I kept seeing all the pictures that you would post on, like, Facebook and stuff of, like, the boys. But, like, you guys are creating memories for your families, too. I mean...
You should book yours for a week, and then I'll book mine for a week, and we'll both get a week
It's like a
together.
house swap.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
But we
It's
go
like the
together, and then we
holiday.
get 2 weeks in the summer.
I know.
You
That
guys
would
are
be fun.
so excited. Like, you guys have never met, and you're just like, oh my gosh, we don't spend enough time
Well,
together.
every time we go up, we drive by Jess's house, and
Yeah.
you can see it, and I'm like, oh,
My
We
husband-
still have an
You can
hour and a half to go.
It's like a milestone now, like
Yes.
or like a mile marker.
Yeah,
Your
it
house
just
is a
is.
mile marker
Yep.
to the Flynn's home in Vermont.
Yeah, so whenever you need us to stop over on our way up,
Yeah,
the trek.
she might take you up on that
You
though.
have to check on people.
Yeah.
We are live on Facebook too, so if you follow us on Boston Connect Real Estate or any of the Connect pages, hopefully you two have a moment to share it as well. And you can call into the studio if you have any questions for us. 781-837-4900 is the number at WATD, and they will pipe you through to us. But again, if you're too shy to talk to us on the phone, you can comment on Facebook as well. So everyone wave hi. So yeah, I mean, we started the conversation a couple months ago on our show, and you were sort of a little quiet because you were with us through Zoom. So Nick pretty much had the show covered. But obviously, I wanted to start off with how you guys got to the decision to get a house and have an investment property. And I will jump to sort of the end. Would you guys want to get another one?
Yeah, that's what Nick and I were talking this morning about another one.
Another one.
Yeah, we were talking a couple weeks ago. I want one in Maine next.
Why Maine?
I want Sebago Lake because that's where I grew up. So my husband grew up going to New Hampshire, and I grew up going to Sebago Lake, which Sebago Lake I should have bought first because now it's even more expensive. Than a few years ago.
That's kind of the area that we were looking at, and just kept going up.
Yeah, it's insane. I found one that I really liked, and we weren't ready yet. It's this one I need to get under wraps first.
So, and for not being ready, after you purchased your homes, were there anything that sort of got in the way of renting it right away?
For us, it was, we just had to wrap our hands around it, get up there. We did a lot of painting, which we didn't have to, but we were trying to make it have a nice theme to it. And, it was in great shape. So it was basically just color palette.
Yeah.
We did buy it furnished, but we had to do all the linens, the bedding, and then make it fun and
make it
attractive.
Yeah.
So that kind of took us a little bit of time. Mm-hmm. But there was nothing. I want to be it was nothing too daunting, but
yeah.
I mean, painting takes forever, and just the little repairs here and there.
And you were doing those on your own. You doing all those things. Yeah, you weren't hiring
and by
anybody.
yes, I mean Nick was
doing it.
And I was supervising the children and the gopher.
But that was a decision that you guys had.
Yeah, can you go get me that? Can you go get me that?
Not even an actual gopher. Because I'm sure gophers are in Vermont, right?
Yeah.
Yes, there's plenty of wildlife there.
There's plenty of wildlife. But that's something that you had to take into account when you were looking for a house, too. I mean, apparently you only looked at one, but had you have to look at other ones? I mean, coming to the decision that you wanted to have an investment property, you sort of knew that there was going to be something that you had to do, but you were going to do it on your own, right?
Right.
Yeah, so there wasn't really any surprises. Did you get any surprises, Jess, when you purchased your home?
My whole house it's still surprising me.
Your whole house is a surprise.
Yep, every turn.
Every turn. And sort of tell everybody about your journey of how you finally got to where you could rent it out.
Well, we had to do a whole foundation because it was falling into the river. No Band-Aid was going to fix that one.
Yeah.
So it had to be jacked up completely. Whole new foundation poured, then the house cracked in a couple spots. We had to fix some walls. Then a barn needed to come down, and it was a lot. It's great now, so I'm actually glad that it happened because the basement was uninhabitable before. Now it's gonna be. We're talking about turning it into a game room now, so adding more stuff for the skiers when they come up. I'm hoping that one day we'll be able to rent to skiers. This year we were a little shy of the winter and got a midterm renter for the whole winter just so we wouldn't have to deal with any of the extras of extra cleanings and snow and all that stuff. But maybe next year we'll actually rent to weekly skiers instead of a whole season.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to go over some of the key steps in sort of setting up the property for short-term rentals. So like preparing the house, like did you guys do professional photography? Like how did you go through actually getting it out there? So for anybody who's listening and might be thinking about having an investment property or has already purchased an investment property, how can sort of they make their home look a little appealing for people? How are people attracting those people?
Did you do
You're looking at me like, what?
I take all my own photos for my listings.
I took my own photos.
And we did it for our house as well. So it's, to me, that's just part of like what we do. So I think our pictures came out great. You know, we'll switch them out seasonally so people get an idea of, you know, what it looks like in the snow. It's funny, like Jess said, like we bought our house with 5 feet of snow that we never even saw the yard. And when we went up there on the closing, it was beautiful.
Really?
Like the previous owner, she loved gardening. And as we're like, she's giving us the tour at the end, which is, you know, lovely. And she's like, "Oh, Trish, I left you all these gardening tools." And Nick's just elbowing me like, "Yep, Trish, you better get out there gardening." But it was just like all these wild flowers and they're like in these like beds. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I hope they stay alive because I'm not good at keeping anything alive. I didn't do any gardening.
I think that is a great sort of tidbit, if you may, that like if you are going to have these destinations for people to come and want to stay at your homes, you got to swap out the photos so you can sort of highlight, okay, it's beautiful in the wintertime. It's beautiful in the spring. It's beautiful at any point in the time. But, like, if I'm looking for a house to stay at while I'm skiing, I probably won't look at how, like...
It looks in the summer.
It looks in the summertime because I'm going to be like, okay, like, do you have, like, a nice view, like, at your house?
We do.
Okay.
It's just of the mountainside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, for someone who skis, you'd probably want to look at a mountain, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't ski.
Yeah, I don't ski either, which is why I was okay renting it this whole winter because I wasn't going to use it. But we've had it a little bit longer now, so I've had a picture of every season and everything. So I have this one view from the window that you can see. I can't remember the name of the mountain off the top of my head now. I'm drawing a blank, but it's awesome and it's a perfect shot right from the window. So I have that at all the seasons, and it's really pretty, and people love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say are some tips of how to create an appealing Airbnb or VRBO listing for those who are going to use those websites?
Being honest in your descriptions of everything. We don't like overly embellish anything. We want people to come and be like,
this is what they said it's going to be.
This is exactly what it is. And that's what one of our feedbacks was like, everything they said is absolutely true. And I'm like, that's like the best compliment because
good. Yeah.
It's like, okay, yes, we are only 7 minutes to the mountain and 5 minutes back because you're going downhill.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like we're not far from the mountain at all, but we're in like this cute little community.
Do you have to mow the lawn?
We have landscapers that take care of it.
Yeah. I want to get later on in the show. I want to get to like how you got those people.
Yeah.
How you did that research and stuff. But actually, Michelle Fay is watching. So hi, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
She is a full-time realtor here at Boston Connect Real Estate as well, and she says mountain views are amazing any season.
They are. It's so true.
They are, and I think Michelle skis too, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I mean, I love the sight of a mountain. I mean, I wouldn't go on it, but I'd love to look at it.
I like to hike it in the summer. I just don't like to ski down it.
Yeah, like I said, I don't ski, and I'd probably just take a tumble.
You can sit on our couch in front of the fireplace and look at the view.
I would love that.
That's
nice
what
glass of wine or a nice hot chocolate or something.
Yep.
That's what I would be doing. I'd just watch them all go down.
That's
why
I'd be
woohoo.
I bought my house on the river because I said I want to drink wine here at night and coffee here in the morning, and that's what I do. My husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm going outside to drink coffee. What do you need?
Well, I'm sure you're not the only person in the world that would want to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that is a great thing to highlight when you are putting on your listing, right?
One of my
I
pictures
think
is
you
a
do.
coffee
Your
cup.
little
Yep, it's a
mugs.
coffee cup on my Adirondack chair.
And do you do like a description, like, or do you just like fill out, you know how like in MLS, so like when we put on listings, and I actually had this conversation the other day because someone was like, oh, is MLS like Zillow? Like, and I'm like, Zillow is like MLS. Like you put into MLS first, and then it goes, and then they're like, okay, freak.
Realtor.
That's how we all feel.
Realtor.
Tell me you're a realtor without telling me.
So, you know, you have a place where you can put it in a description, and then do you check off certain things, or do you just,
Very
like,
similar.
you have to go off of, like, everything that you put in?
They have like a template.
Similar, but it's,
Yeah.
it's not like oil heat and stuff like that and square footage. It's more like, do you have a designated workspace, and do you have an iron?
And how many people can actually sleep there?
Iron.
Yeah, what are the beds? Where are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got, this is sidetracking, but like we got an Airbnb for Mary's bachelorette weekend, and I was not in charge of it. I'm like totally like I wish I was, because I'm such a control freak. But
You're efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it said that it slept like I don't know.
From one control
There was
freak
like
to the
11
other.
of us, and it said that it slept 9, and I was like, oh, I wonder where the other 2 people are going to sleep. And then I go, I only count 4 beds, 5 beds. I'm like, wait a minute. And then the rest were trundles.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so some of us.
How many people got stepped on the other than?
I was like, I call a bed.
Yeah.
I call a bed. But it ended up being a really great house. And, everything in the description was true, It was just an oversight of the trundle situation.
Yeah.
I highly recommend too, which is like funny because you just said you went to an Airbnb
Yeah.
and you like were saying, I was just in Florida and I was at an Airbnb, and I highly suggest going to an Airbnb and staying at one that like looks awesome.
Yeah.
Because this one that I went to, it was like $600 a night. And it was nice, don't get me wrong, but it was like everything was just cheap. Like you can tell
Yeah.
these people just bought this house, painted white, and then just like it's like a flip.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a shoddy flip.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
and like the sheets weren't comfortable, and like I'm like, okay. So I looked at my husband and I was like, we need to do better. If this is what people think when they come into ours, which they don't because it's all newer stuff, but I'm like, I don't want people to ever feel this way.
Yeah. Well, that's a good though.
Yeah.
So if you have an investment property and you have like an Airbnb situation, go and rent
and
somewhere
rent others.
else and
Yeah.
see sort of what works and what doesn't. And I feel
Check
like
out
what
the
works.
competition in the area too.
I feel like what works is being honest, like you said. So, yeah, I don't even know. I've never even gone on Airbnb or any of those sites, so I don't even know how to search in
Really?
there. No.
Oh,
I've
it's
always
very
just stayed at
user friendly.
hotels. Yeah.
Airbnb might be the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked at some places, but, like, that's just, like, links people send me. I don't know how to search on those
Yeah.
things. But I'm assuming that you could, like, utilize some keywords, though. Like,
Yes.
like ski something or hike something
Yep.
or...
You can do like mountain view, ocean view, water view,
Yeah.
like
And people can leave you reviews, right? So
That's what
yeah.
the whole thing's about, really.
Airbnb is for the renter and not for the host. They don't love hosts. Everything is always, even when I was renting it, they sent a message like, let us know if you need us, but like they've never messaged me that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I thought I was like, oh, okay.
So we've gone through like how you highlight, sort of putting your property out there and stuff. But how did you guys come up with the pricing? Like, is it very much like how we do it here with like, rentals, but it's not like short-term rentals like this. But like, how did you guys come up with the pricing of those? Because I'm always very curious.
Yeah. How'd you
I mean,
come
like
up
I
with
said,
yours?
I always stay at hotels, so like I'm always like,
It is what it is.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is,
Yeah.
but I'm like, it's getting a little pricey. Like, so
Yeah.
how did you guys come to the conclusion of what your price was going to be on these sites?
So we basically kind of did like what we do as agents. We look around what other Airbnbs are renting for in the area, and then we used a site called AirDNA, and that's a site where you can put in, like you can back in your stuff. So you can be like a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath house, so many square feet, proximity to mountain. What should we charge? And then it kind of gives you like an algorithm.
Interesting.
So because we're new, we did all the promotional stuff that Airbnb recommends. Like the first 3 people to book got like an amazing deal, which hurts my soul a little bit. But you got to get your feet wet. And
you
gotta get the reviews.
You got to get the reviews. That's
Yeah.
the thing. So we did that, and then we did a lot of early birds. So people that booked like more than 3 months in advance got another discount. So now that we've kind of like have worked our way up, now hopefully we can kind of increase the price. And our house is nice.
Yeah.
Like that's the other thing. Like I've rented many crappy Airbnbs where it's like it's a cottage. It is what it is, and you're just kind of like okay.
Yeah.
And you're still kind of like I'm paying that much money for this. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But our house is nice, so I'm like okay. I hope it stays nice.
Yeah. Are you, so
Well,
what about you?
Mine was an Airbnb before, so I kind of went off what that guy had before, and he was renting it for even more than I'm renting it for now, and the house was falling in at that point. I can't imagine he was getting.
I'd be interested to know if
He didn't
was
have the
actually
best
able
reviews.
to
Yeah, he
review
did.
it.
He was getting it. I was talking because Franconia is so small. It's like population like 4 people.
Not to be
so-
confused with Laconia, like how I
Yes.
was.
So I was talking to some people at like the local bars and everything over there, and they're telling me what this guy was doing, and he was renting it for a lot of money. He was always booked. So I mean, but the reviews weren't great on it. So I actually went $100 less a night than what he had.
Wow.
To kind of
Yeah, just to build it in. And I mean, I'm not trying to be greedy. I'm like, I still think like as a family, like you can fit a family of 7 in there very comfortably.
How many people can fit into yours?
how many people can we sleep?
Yeah. She's counting.
can
I'm
sleep-
surprised you're not using your fingers.
I can sleep
1,
11,
2.
but it's not as comfortable. Like
You can
it's-
sleep
I
11?
can sleep
We
11.
could sleep 11 with
Yeah.
a trundle. Yeah, and then, I mean, there is always the option for the air mattress, which
Yeah.
we do have as an
Do you
option.
do you set like a limit though of
Yes.
how many people can?
Mine's
rent it?
11.
11.
Mine's 11.
Ours is 11 as well, and then we
Why?
would charge you for more.
Why such an odd number?
Because that's how many beds.
That's how many people can
You have
sleep
11
in
beds.
No.
Well,
it's
you have... We
2,
have
4,
we have 3.
3, 4, 5, 6.
This is so funny.
So we have 3 queens,
Yeah.
bunk beds, trundle, twin beds.
Okay.
So
Do you have a crib?
we have a pack and play.
Okay.
So there we go, another body.
Someone
right
could
there.
be in.
I
Someone
have,
could
a,
be
I
in the
have a
pack and
crib
play.
and a pack and play. You can bring twins.
There's a weight limit on those things, though, right?
Yeah. Not me.
We also
can't
have
go
a
in it.
pack and play, but no one under the weight of. But that's funny. Okay,
Do
so
everybody
you
a favor.
can.
Put a kid in there.
Yeah. Yep.
I'd put my cat in there. Just my little pack and play.
No, no
get out.
pets.
No pets?
No pets.
Oh yeah. Do you
No
allow
pets.
pets?
I allow pets.
You do.
Dogs.
No.
Not cats.
What about parakeets? No one can bring their bird with them.
No.
Their dragon, their Komodo dragon.
Please no.
Nothing. No. What about fish? Would you let someone bring their fish?
Who would ever bring a fish to New Hampshire?
Somebody.
I don't know.
I mean,
It's,
Sure.
I don't know.
keep it
No,
inside.
they might leave it and then it will die and smell.
Oh, all right. Well, you have someone who comes in and cleans, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We will get to that part though. So, so pricing. Anything else to do with pricing that we feel like we need to sort of go over with that? So you sort of do you feel like you undervalued it?
Yes and no. I think that I could probably get more, but I would get greedier renters that wouldn't care so much about the house. So I've had a lot of people ask if I could do a discount, and 9 times out of 10 I say no, because it's usually like they want a discount so that they can, if I sleep 11 and I'm only charging a certain amount a night, it's like minimal per person or whatever.
Right.
But there was one family after Christmas that asked if they could have it just to give his family a good Christmas. So I let him have, I took off like $200. Wasn't much, it just got it like at a flat number.
Yeah.
And he was so grateful. He left the house the cleanest I've ever seen it.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's like undercut.
That's
I just
nice.
think it's
Yeah.
I think it's fair right now.
It'd be
The other guy
interesting-
was over
yeah.
because of the proximity to the river. I thought.
It's interesting if those people rent it again, the ones that you gave the discount to. People remember those
I
things.
liked them.
Yes.
But also the guy brought a dog and didn't tell me. So
See,
I didn't
that's-
pay the pet fee, so that bugged me. But also, I mean, the cleaner didn't say there was any dog hair anywhere. People
Yeah.
are pretty respectable about putting their dogs on furniture and such. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Some.
Some
yeah.
are.
See, that's a slippery slope.
Yeah, do you
I'm
let
not
your dogs
prepared.
on the couch?
No, I don't want them on the couch in my house either, though. Ever since I had kids,
So they don't sleep in bed with you?
no.
No.
No. The bigger one.
There's no fun
comes
at
up
the Page
end.
house.
No fun.
No fun at the
Only
Page house.
rules.
Only rules. Okay, so I want to get into sort of, okay, you have the house, you've decided to use these secondary sites and to rent it out. How do you come across a landscaper? How do you come across the cleaning people? Like, how do you come across all these people? Because you don't live in the same state. So if something happens, you're driving there. It's going to take a couple hours to get there. How long does it take you to get to your house?
4 hours
4
and 10
hours.
minutes.
4 hours and 10 minutes. An hour and a half from Jess's house, which is
I'm like 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah. So
You're going uphill on the way to Trisha's
Yeah.
though, so.
So how did you guys get there? Because I'm assuming that you need to have a cleaning person come in after each guest,
Yes.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So, did you interview people?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask around, get referrals? Like, how did you come across the people that you use when you're not there?
Franconia had a kind of like a Pembroke Connect page. So I posted on there looking for a cleaner for an Airbnb, and I interviewed, I think, 7 people in one
What?
weekend. Yeah, and there was some that were outrageous, some that the way that they walked around and looked at stuff, I just got like a irky feeling that I just
Yeah.
didn't want them there. And then this one woman, she was like, I know you're starting, I'll do it cheap, and I promise I'm good. And I was like,
Okay.
for some reason, I feel
For
like
some
I
reason,
shouldn't
I
trust you,
trust
but
you.
I want to. And she's like, okay. And then now, she's been the best. There's
Really?
been an issue, and she's there. She's like, my car broke down, but my friend's picking me up. I'm like, okay. It's just everything. She's gotten it done every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And what about you guys?
So, we are very far from everything. So we're in a pretty remote area. So the people that owned our house before us had owned it for 40 years.
Wow.
So they had the landscaper who also does we're in a community, so there is an association, and they do the common space there. So we kind of just added them to do our
Yeah.
landscaping. So
Yeah.
it's they're already there. They already know the neighborhood. They already knew the house. They are reasonable. And so she never had them do the snow removal because our HOA fee. There's 2 big things that made us also choose this house is that our HOA fee covers our snow removal
Oh,
of our
wow.
driveway, just our driveway.
Yeah.
And trash.
Yeah,
Which
trash is bad.
Trash
Wow.
is the biggest pain in the neck for
With all
Airbnbs.
Airbnbs,
yeah.
All Airbnbs. Just it's always an issue.
Why? Because people leave behind so much trash?
No, I've rented places in New Hampshire where it's okay, put all your trash in your vehicle and drive it to this real estate company and put it in the dumpster 5 miles away.
Yeah, or
Really?
drive it to the
Or
dump
take it
and
with
buy
you.
this, but you need
Yes.
to put it only in this bag.
Bag.
And then you're
Oh.
going to get people that are up there.
No wonder I
partying
just
that
stay at
aren't.
hotels.
Yes.
Yeah, it's it becomes a thing, and I'm I don't want my guests to have to worry about the trash. Just put it in the bear box on the corner of the driveway, and it will get taken.
Yeah.
So our landscaper was already familiar with our area, and we met her, and she came out. It's her and her husband. Oh, look at that, the
Look
theme.
good.
And she was just great, and she was honest, and they kind of have a rap on the town and doing everything. Our cleaner, I had reached out to a few. Nick reached out to a few, and the woman that cleans our house also owns an Airbnb on the mountain. So she gets it.
Yeah.
And she has a few people that work for her. She's been phenomenal. She is lets us know when we're getting low on stuff. We can ship stuff to her. And when things break, she's I'll replace it. It cost me this. Da da da.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
a shade broke, and so she
Sort of
had
like
her,
a property manager in a sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a next level
Yeah.
than just turning over.
Yeah.
But we've kept her very busy. We've had
Yeah.
a lot of turnovers.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Interesting. I would think that, I mean, because I know you guys are here, but I would think that, like, the realtor that was on the other side purchasing those properties would be a wealth of knowledge of that type of stuff, right? Like, because, I mean, how many times has someone come back to you guys that you've helped and been like, hey, do you know a plumber? Hey, do you know XYZ? So I feel like in maybe those areas, if there are a lot of Airbnbs, this probably isn't the first property that they've sold for an Airbnb purpose. So did you think about talking to them?
I didn't. My realtor actually she actually works and lives more south. She just was like a friend of mine that lives in New Hampshire. And I was like, oh, I like this one. She's like, that's pretty far up. And I was like, do you go there? She's like, I do. And I was like, okay. She's like, it's going to take me 2 hours. Yeah. So, like, she wouldn't have been really any help with locals.
Okay, well.
We had the most, like, bizarre experience, honestly.
Really?
Because Vermont is very different than Mass with real estate. So we physically were trying to get in touch with somebody that worked in the company because she had, like, the background in short-term rental. So we're like, okay, well, we would like her to be our agent. We couldn't even get a hold of her.
Why?
We just kept getting routed back to the broker, and the broker's like, no, just go to the listing agent. And we're like, but we don't want to work with the listing agent. We want our own agent. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's fine. She's like, well, just come up and see it before you get ahead of yourself.
What?
Yeah, so we couldn't, and then we basically just went through the listing agent.
Oh, wow. So but the agent that you were trying to get a hold of, how did you find out about that person?
On the website, but all the phone numbers just go back to the broker.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if those agents know.
Honest to God, I wonder.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I feel like
How
it's
did they
funny
not figure it out, though?
But we say, like, New Hampshire and Vermont real estate is different than Mass. I honestly think that Massachusetts real estate is different than all of the other states. I do
Why?
think that it's us.
Why? It's us.
It's us.
It's us,
It
not
is
them.
us.
It is. Like, we're different.
Yeah.
And hopefully a good way.
Well, there's a lot. I feel like there's a lot more steps. Like a lot of states don't do. Like, there was no offer. It was like purchase and sale.
Yeah, I think Florida's like that too.
Yeah,
most of them are.
Yeah, it was like an 18-page. I saw like an 18-page like offer thing, and they require you to do a home inspection.
Yeah, some do.
Yeah, they require you. Can't waive it.
If only New Hampshire did
Our
that.
closing is also once you sign, it's yours. It's not the recording of the deed.
Oh,
It's the transfer. Because to record the deed, oh my gosh, they got to drive it.
They gotta drive
They
it.
got to drive it. When I tell
There's
you,
no Title V inspections that are necessary either.
We did one.
I asked the realtor. I said, do you need a Title V inspection? And she said, no, honey, live free or die. That's what she said to me.
Live free or be able to flush your toilet.
Yeah, I know.
So I got signs that said, if you flush it, you fish it. And it's all throughout there.
If you flush it,
if you flush it, you fish it. Don't put anything down there that's not toilet paper.
Yeah. We did a test. Nick's like, why are we wasting our money? I'm like, for peace of mind.
Yeah,
I just pumped mine. I was so scared, but I got it pumped, and they were like, "Oh, it looks great."
Thank God.
Yeah, I would be nervous. Like that's nervous. One time back to Florida because I went to college in Florida. I didn't realize that you didn't need to get car inspections down there, and I was in a truck one time with my friend's truck, and they didn't have a sticker on it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, there's no sticker on your truck," and he was like, "I don't even know what you're talking about," and I was like, "The inspection sticker," and he was like, "What?"
That doesn't exist.
I'm like, well, why aren't you from Massachusetts? Yeah, we do things a little bit different. I feel like everybody else does something different, you know. But we're fine. So who else? Who else do you have go to your house? So you have a landscaper, somebody who cleans. What happens if like a fence falls down, or you said that the HOA covers the driveway, but what?
Then we have somebody shovel.
Yeah,
our landscaper comes and shovels our walk.
Comes.
So that was one of our like little learning curves this year. Is that we pay somebody to shovel it, and everybody kept complaining in the beginning, oh, there's no snow. Oh, there's no snow. Wish we had more snow. Wish we had no more snow. And Nick's like, just you wait. And now it's like there's just feet of snow. And then it's like, there's a shovel there. Oh, my gosh. Do you have sand and salt to drop? I'm like, I don't want you to put salt on my walkway. You're going to ruin the pavers. Yeah. And so I'm like, Oh, it's bad. I'm like, it's Vermont. It's the tippity top of Vermont. There's snow. There's ice. Like, you go to the mountain, it's everywhere.
Sand won't ruin it.
I know.
Salt
Well,
will,
now
though.
I got to get sand.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But then it's like, some people are happy to throw it down. Other people would wait for the person to come do it. You know, and you're on, like, the list, so they'll get to you when they can get to you. But, like, we don't have people that are going to show up there and be like, the guests are arriving. Quick, shovel. Like, that's just not realistic. Sorry.
Yeah. So is that something that you think people take care of themselves? If, like, you know, maybe other people who own these properties where they feel like they have to get there? Because how would anybody get into the house?
Does a shovel.
So they have to shovel their way in. Hi, there's a shovel in the garage.
No, I mean, it is
that.
like, it's clear. But the thing about, like, Vermont is, like, once the snow falls, it just keeps falling. So it's like, like, the pathway will have, like, you know, maybe
Dustings
2 inches on
yeah.
it still, but, you know, there's 5 feet of it over here, but, you know, 2 inches. Go through 2 inches to get into the house. Sorry.
Yeah.
But somebody will come by and clean it up eventually, and, you know, it's what's humanly possible.
Yeah.
That's exactly the
What
reason
about you,
why
Dave?
I went through doing this midterm renter for 3 months. Yep.
So,
Because last year it was a pain in the butt for me, so I didn't feel
so what did you do last year?
Last year I just had to hire somebody to go do it. My cleaner would help too, and she would go over and shovel for me and put the salt down and do all that. And then I have a contractor up there that I'm friendly with that he would help if I needed him, but he's an hour away. So there was a bunch of it was a lot, and then we lose power a lot up there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's with the wind and the snow, it's heavy. You lose power a lot. So I was just very happy to find these people that wanted to just rent it for a couple months and get me through.
Yeah. So do you find that to be easier? So right now you have sort of a short-term renter, or what do you keep calling it?
It's like a midterm renter because they're doing, it's not short, but it's not long.
Yeah. So a midterm renter. So do you find that to be more beneficial for you than to renting it to a new person every weekend?
For my mental psyche, yes. For my pocket,
So then why do you do the weekly rentals then? Why don't you just find somebody?
The money's in the weekly rentals, but
it's the management.
It's the management of it. So
I mean, we manage them ourselves.
Yeah.
We don't have somebody else.
Those were air quotes. If you
because
if you couldn't
Nick
hear
really
them.
Nick really does.
Nick manages it.
Nick, I'm the gopher. Is that what you
Yes,
said?
I'm the gopher. I'm the moral support. Yes, I agree. Let's do that. No, I mean we're a team, but I mean you can't have too many people dealing with everything.
Yeah.
So, but like, do both of our phones go off every time? Yes. And
See, it's
on
just me.
midnight before Christmas Eve, did both of our phones ding that there's water pouring through the light sockets?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
it was bad.
how'd you manage that?
Yeah.
How'd you get through that?
Nick literally woke up 4 a.m., drove up there on Christmas Eve, spent the whole day resolving it.
What?
Drove back down, missed all of Christmas Eve. But
Yeah. Well, it's the price you pay for
price
having
you
a
pay
house.
for having a house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of sucks, but
Well, so that's something
that's
that you
something that you just
you don't
that's
love.
the stuff that like.
Would you guys ever
don't think
consider
about?
getting like somebody who you would pay to manage the house?
No.
No.
I have somebody, he's actually one of my clients. He moved from Whitman to an hour away from Franconia from my house. So he's done a lot of work for me, and I trust him he'll go up there, but I can't have him do everything because he's like, he's living, he's doing another job. I need to be like, hey, you need to go look at this house right now. So I can't fully rely on him, but I have a lot of the time relied on him, and he's been great. So he's been a blessing.
Well, we only have about 5 minutes left.
That's
what
insane.
I know. What are some other key points that you wanted to sort of touch upon before we give you guys an opportunity to give your contact information out in case anybody was thinking about, buying an investment property around here? Key points.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
Do your homework.
And what does that entail?
Call Nick.
Yeah.
Call Nick.
Call Nick. He's got a spreadsheet for that. And just being prepared to like cover it
Yeah.
if it doesn't take off, you know? Like I was so worried, but luckily, knock on wood, things are just going very well, minus the little hiccup on Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Did you have somebody there renting?
Yes. So that was like
They were there.
the blessing and the curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good and bad for
Good
you.
and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody caught it, but
Bummer
would it
that
have happened? Would it have happened?
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it would have, and then it was great that they were,
They were there. And that's
You
what I
never
kept.
know.
And
that's
it
what I
didn't
kept.
flood your entire house.
Well, that's what I kept
Yeah.
telling Nick. Silver lining.
Silver lining. Someone was there.
They saw it.
Silver lining.
Yeah.
But that's kind of cool that somebody spent like the holidays there, though.
Yeah. So somebody had asked us if it was going to be decorated for Christmas. So Nick.
You did?
Nick went up.
Nick
we
went up.
decorated for Christmas.
Oh,
We put a tree up. Had the lights up.
Oh,
A
nice.
little garland on the
That's awesome.
mantles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like requests like that, do you guys get requests from your guests?
haven't.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you?
We get weird requests.
Like what?
Do you have this? Do you have that? I'm like, I would just never ask somebody that.
I've only been asked if I had an iron. I've literally been never asked anything else weird like that.
You have an iron?
But like,
Yeah.
I feel like yours is in like my house is set up for like a bachelor party. And I feel like your house is set up for like a nice family.
Well, we could,
It's
we
like
could
they're
do
completely
both.
different. I
No,
know
we could do both.
I can
but-
do. Yeah, we can do both. I just feel like the setup of mine is very like bachelor party. There's a bar walking distance, like literally you can see it from outside.
Ah, that's nice.
But like, yeah.
Ours is
I also
walking
feel like yours is
distance for Vermonters.
not
like
that my
half
house isn't
mile.
nice, but yours is nicer.
No, but it's yeah.
You have a
it-
nicer house.
Weird things like a salad
It's like
spinner.
newer, you know. A
Someone asked you
Salad spinner. Yeah.
Do you have a salad
Do
spinner?
you even have a salad spinner?
No. Nick's like, what is a salad spinner? I'm like, it's a plastic
push it.
bowl and yeah,
And you
and
put water in it,
takes
and
the
then
water out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, maybe we should get that. No,
Just
I don't
supply
know.
an extra roll of paper towels.
And I kept saying, I know
to
exactly.
dry their lettuce that
We've
way.
got that. But I like to use paper goods when I'm on vacation because I
Yeah.
don't want to do dishes. But everybody we had like a huge thing of dishes, like
yeah.
not formal, but like ceramic, nice dishes that I like took out of the cabinets and I put like in like our extra closet. And people are like, "Oh, do you have more dishes?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yes, I do have more
That's so
dishes.
funny.
Why do you need them?
Why do you need so many
I
dishes?
stock
because you
paper
allow
plates.
11 people just stay at your
I
house.
know, paper plates, man. Who wants to wash 11 dishes?
Well, that's you on vacation.
I know. See, that's the thing.
now you have
is
to cater to other people's
everybody's
needs.
needs.
Other people's needs.
Yes.
We only have about a minute left, so I want to give you guys an opportunity to give your contact information out if anybody wants to get in touch with you guys for any sort of real estate need. So, Trish, why don't you go first?
My number is 781-223-3286, and my email is tflynn@bostonconnect.com.
Okay, one more time, your phone number.
781-223-3286, and tflynn@bostonconnect.
And Jess.
And my number is 617-966-0057, and it's jess@bostonconnect.com.
And your phone number one more time.
617-966-0057, and jess@bostonconnect.com.
Yeah, see? That wasn't so bad. I feel like we have other things that we could talk about, too. So maybe we'll do a third show.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Nick and Trish together
I know.
Nick, Trish,
in the room.
Yeah.
Nick, Trish, Jess, and maybe Matt.
Maybe Matt.
Maybe
Matt.
Matt will be a part of part of our real estate crew over here too. If you want to listen to any of our past shows, talkrealestateroundtable.com. You can go to bostonconnect.com to find all of our contact information. Sharon and I will be live on Saturday from 8 to 9, so catch us then. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me tonight. I appreciate you
you.
guys. Not so bad, huh? And they'll be back with their significant others too, and we're going to do a third show. And we're going to do a fourth, and then a fifth. So stay tuned. Thanks, guys.
Bye.